to Facebook as well. I've been chit-chatting a little bit, posting about this specific podcast we wanted to do, mostly because of an awesome guy that we have here with us, Mr. Freeland. And really pumped up by this conversation. I think we're going to cover a few good little topics. Super excited about. Chit-chat a little bit about upcoming events. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully y'all going to get something out of this one. Hopefully we're going to get something out of this one. And feel free to comment whether you're on YouTube or hopefully it's streaming on Facebook. I hope it is. I'll double check here in a minute when I hand it off to our guests. But nonetheless, man, if I could just pass it off to you real quick and just tell me who you are, where you play, and so on and so forth, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, right on. I'm Caleb Freeland, call sign Predator. I play for Team Revelation. Home field, HTK Airsoft, one of the biggest fields, in the U.S. We got 160 acres. For our outdoor, we also have the indoor, which is like 30 to 50,000 square feet inside. I mean, the place is absolutely massive. Also, the biggest BQB field in North America. So, chips off to them. But, I've been playing with them for the team, I think like 6 months now, actually 8 months now. Been playing Airsoft, since their first big event. So that's kind of my little spiel about me, in a super quick thing.
But
yeah, I'm honored to be on your guys' podcast. This is awesome.
Well, we're trying to get it up and going. It's still fairly new from us. It was another one of those things that just kind of rolled in to be like, hey man, why don't we just do a podcast and such, which I don't know. We're trying to get it going. Last week we had Houdini on here from Nashville. Really cool guy. But yeah, like I said to you earlier before we started, it's a good way for us to kind of just contact other people, no animosity kind of stuff, man. Like we all share our love for Airsoft and just chat, get to know other people, get other people involved, and this is a good way to do it. You said something about since HTK's first event that you started. How long has HTK been around? I don't know much on
it. Their outdoor, I think, has been open for a little over 2 years. Their indoor was open before that, and they closed down. They've been running their outdoor, and now they're ready to open their indoor up again. But with that being said, I started playing from their first event. They've had open plays for that long time. I've only been playing Airsoft across the board since like March of last year.
Bro, so. You barely... I only started... I've been playing about 13 months. That is it. And when I started playing, I literally fell in love with it. I'll never forget it. Went to the field, ran out there. I remember the truck, junkyard side, what we call it on the field. Ran out, got shot right in the face, fell in love. I was like, this is awesome. And ever since then, it's been bleeding Airsoft. Like it's literally what pumps my blood is just Airsoft stuff.
Live, die, and breathe by it, right?
Man, I love it, dude. I love everything about it. Like, I'm in it for the long run. It's not just a side little hobby. It's literally what I'm wanting to shape a majority of my life around is now Airsoft. Like, how far can I take this? Who can I meet? I mean, I've met all these guys since then, and literally I'd call these guys family at this point. Like, as close as we've become, we all have each other's six, not only on the field, but off the field. We chit-chat all day long. In chat rooms, I mean, it's become a serious kind of, passion. Yeah.
Yeah. My phone's always ringing.
I
know that, man.
Oof.
Yeah, I think we spend more time off the field together than we do even on actual Airsoft. Like, there's some days we'll just conversate and it won't be anything related to Airsoft. We're just sitting around just talking.
Yeah. Me and Ez have been on the phone the last
Important.
2 hours before we even started this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's important, though. Like, for real, if you don't bond well with your team outside the field, you're not going to bond on the field. So,
that's right.
Me and my team, we talk a lot outside the games. We go out to eat together. We work on projects together. So, spending that time with your crew is real important.
Somebody commented, said boss lady here with HTK Airsoft.
Hey, Evie! Boss lady is the person to go to when you're at HTK if you need anything, whether it be, find something or the shop in general. She's the boss lady, for sure.
I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, man. As we was talking about earlier, we're pretty pumped about heading back down to Nashville 21st. With what the qualifying situation is, we're gonna go back and play MNR A, Slaughter Gang A and B. The last weekend when we was there on the 7th, it was awesome. It was intense. Probably the best one we've been to so far, and we're pretty pumped about heading back down to Nashville. Somebody's got me loud.
I'm sorry.
You're cool.
It was a big tournament.
It was, and it's 18 turned out on that. And I think it ended up being, 17 when SYG was there?
Yeah.
I think it was 17. We didn't anticipate that many. We was thinking maybe 10, 12 is what we was thinking, and then it turned into that. And then,
well, considering we were playing till 1 in the freaking morning, man. That was so long. I drove home with the Coon, and I think Raptor was in my vehicle. We drove home after that tournament, and there was deadlocked traffic, and we didn't get home until after the sun rose. It was ridiculous.
Gosh. Yeah. So we're pretty pumped about going back down there. Mad respect for those teams. We're going back and give them hell. I'm sure they're going to give us hell. And see how this all turns out. I said earlier we was talking about probably making it down there to y'all's opening event, no matter what. The 4th, 5th. Love to come down there and play with y'all. We've all sit here and talked about HTK's field so much. We're like, man, we're ready for this to open, just to go play, man.
It's been a hot commodity coming around, man. It's been a long time in the works. They're very happy to see it for the grand opening. I mean, I imagine everybody around is going to come and play at least some point.
So yeah, everybody in a good 10-mile radius is ready to just be at HTK right now.
Yeah, we thought y'all was going to have more teams for sure. That's why we was talking about it. We're going to go to Nashville instead of, HTK, because it's like we know it, and then I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a lot of teams. I mean, a lot of our community is kind of outdoor focused at the moment, so I imagine, just short time. We already have a few outdoor teams that have already started adapting their play style and their equipment to accommodate for the Speed QB interface, all the indoor being closer to your bunkers and lighter gear. So I imagine as that, continues to develop, a lot more teams are just going to come to fruition.
So when you start... go ahead, E.
I was just going to ask, if it's okay to ask, the Joker teaser video that's out there.
Yeah.
That it was, I seen that was more Milsim guys, but towards the end of the video, you seen the guys turn from Milsim to Speedy Boys, and that was interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was all in one day, man. They had some little things hitting up their sleeves for sure. They came out ready to play, and they play aggressive, play hard. They work the field, just like any of us have been playing on the Speed B for a while. So, to them, they were just they just eat and breathe Airsoft. So it's just another form for them to get out and play it.
That's good. That's dope.
That was kind of leading what I was about to ask is if where'd you start? Did you start out with kind of Milsom feel, or did you start straight out into kind of speed soft?
Did you start? Throwing it way back because I've only been playing Airsoft for a year and a half or a little more so now. I've been playing paintball since I could walk. Yeah, so I played in Princeton, a place called Silver Spurs, and that was the first time I ever got to play woods ball style paintball. And shortly after, me and my dad, my mom, my family all chipped in, but we all worked and opened up our own paintball facility, and we ran that for a couple of years, and that was some of the most favored moments of my childhood was getting to ref, play paintball. And it was great because I was only 3 or 4 feet tall, so standing up, I was already behind all the bunkers. So for me, it was just snap shooting to the sides. I had to jump to shoot over any bunkers. So that's where I really came into the sport. I kind of consider paintball and airsoft, close distant cousins, however you want to call it. But that's where I kind of learned my skills at, and then I translated over to airsoft once I realized how expensive paintballs are.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
It's when your dad's paying for them, though, right?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah, it's a really expensive. That one's really expensive, for sure. I can't have two. No, airsoft already takes enough from me right now.
I kind of found that you trade the expense one way or another. You trade the expense from the paint to the guns. Paintball, you have 1 or 2 guns. Airsoft, you're like, I want as many as I can collect.
True enough.
True enough, indeed.
So how'd you pick up your call sign?
Oh, that's a good one.
Predator?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I've had these white dreads. I'm always dressed in, some sort of white attire when I'm playing. But I got my white dye mask and my white dreads. So we're always trying to put our team names and stuff together to figure out what works well. And Predator, it felt like it fit the book. You got the death stare, the mean old monster. You go hunting on the field. That's what I love to do. I'd love to just go out there and hunt my prey. So, it's just a game for me. So that's kind of where that originated.
That's a boss answer. I'm going out there and hunt the prey.
My number, kind of similar to my call sign. When I started playing Airsoft, HTK Red Arrow 1 is the first time I ever came out to play Airsoft, just rental, whatever. But the road is actually County Road 8 that HTK Airsoft is on, so that's my jersey number. It's number 8, where it all started.
I like the story behind it. That's good stuff. That is good.
You just try to make things personal. It's more memorable to yourself that way, and you cherish it a little bit more.
I hear that.
What about you guys? PBZ. You're telling me a little bit about that before the stream started.
Go ahead, E. I know you want to laugh.
So, I think it was one afternoon. Everybody was we were all kind of off of work, and we were just on a call. We were all just on a call having conversations about the weekend. And I'm pretty sure it was either Bobby or Mason. I want to say it was Bobby who brought it up, hey, we should throw a team name together.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have a team name.
But you don't understand, we've been running together for years, and we never had a team name. But we made sure we was on the same team. We made sure we knew who the play was.
Our group
we
chat
were having a team without having a team, if that makes any sense.
Our group chat was just ACS group chat is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just that, and then I think it was either me or Mason. And you're like, we really need a name for all of us, so we don't we can identify each other, make sure get us all grouped together instead of just hey, we want him on our team. It's more hey, we want all the PBZ together.
Yeah.
And just started brainstorming names together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because they said already sitting there playing together, and it just kind of was already hanging out with each other, and the Paducah boy, the PBZ just kind of was just fitting We're just Paducah boys like that, you know, having a Z instead of an S, you know, just kind of put it together, PBZ. And it had a strange ring to it, even to me at first. And I remember the first time we went down to a tournament in Nashville and just telling the ref, you know, PBZ and PBZ, yeah, like PBZ, like it was kind of hard to say, like, but it's fitting, and I think it's definitely a name to keep. Don't want to change it, and the majority of us was already kind of into the green and black thing, so it just kind of formulated the colors to be green and black, and just kind of went from there. Now it's, I don't know. I mean, a lot of it, I was already trying to network and stuff. I like doing stuff like recording videos and stuff and doing all that. So next thing I know, I can't help myself. I'm, you know, wanting to put our name out there, wanting to do stuff. Like, I do it constantly. You'll never see a dull moment of me posting something, trying to, like, put our name out there. It's like, hey, man, we ain't much yet, but, hey, we're trying to come out here, trying to do what we can do and take our team to the next level.
Oh, people at our field are
well, you guys have been growing already, too, haven't you? I mean, you're 3 teams strong?
Well, technically, kind of 3, not really.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PKZ, we allow them to do their own thing.
We're not only a SpeakyB team either, though.
Yeah,
we have Milsim.
We want to start going to Milsims as well.
Yeah, I think
the Milsims are so much fun.
We we have a couple different players now. PVZA, the ones that went down here last time, are locked in. We're keeping all 5 that are on A. Like, we're not changing out anyway. That's me, Esmond, Mason, Braden, and Tristan are staying on A. B jumped in on the second tournament because we went and then they wanted to go. They formulated a team real quick. Now they're pretty stuck with who they got. PKZ was the younger guys out of the field and stuff like that, and then Bobby kind of,
I coordinated them.
Yeah, he kind of coordinated them to bring them together and stuff, but we allowed them to have their, well, I ain't gonna say allowed, but, you know, kind of encouraged them to have their thing. Yeah.
For a while out there, we'd seen them play, and after we went to our first tournament, they all thought it was so cool, and was like, why don't you just get a team together? They're like, oh, you know, I don't know who to put on my team. It's like, all right, I know exactly who y'all should have on a team. And put them all together.
Yeah. We already had a roster.
Yeah, we knew exactly who would make a great SpeakyB team together, and now they're pretty damn good together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Secretly, they don't know that you're creating a feeder team, though, right? That's like when they get up to a certain age, they just feed right into your PPZ teams.
Perfect.
Yes, exactly. Like, what, this first tournament, they went up against, who was it their first round?
They went up against Slaughter Gang A their first round.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a rough one to break in on.
They went up against Slaughter Gang B, not A. They went up against Slaughter Gang B. And
they still have their own.
Oh, yeah, they won a 1 round in a 1v1. TJ clutched up. I was really proud of him.
So
that is awesome. And that, I mean, you're making memories right there off the get-go, too, for them.
Oh, yeah. I had never been more proud than whenever those boys won their first round. I was so proud.
Oh, yeah, all of us were. Like, because it was, like, almost a little light at the end of the tunnel. Like, hey, they might be able to clutch a W on Slaughter Gang B on their first ever tournament. That would be mind-blowing.
I wish I could have saw it.
Sadly, they only won 1 game, and then they had to go up against PVZB. And
and we thought for a second they was gonna beat y'all because somehow y'all had a false start. I don't know where it come from, but they got y'all around. I was like, uh-oh, y'all better like step it up.
Well, and then in the second round, I was like, okay, I'm gonna clutch this up. I'm gonna make sure we win this, and then just being me and Pops winning back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, I gotta admit, man, I enjoyed playing y'all. Like I told them, I was like, Revelation is hands down. Besides PBZ, I got to root for my squad first and foremost. I was like, Revelation is my favorite team outside of PBZ. Just being my own squad, like it is.
The moment that started that for me was whenever y'all rushed M&R.
Dude, that
shit was awesome.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh.
We had practiced that at our place, man. We were trying to figure out. We're like, this is their home field. They got home team advantage. What can we do to, like, throw them off their game and, like, you know, just get them out of their comfort zone? Because, you know, that's where they play all the time.
Yeah.
So we adjusted our field to be like this exact same bunkers and setup as Nashville, and we're up here running drills just back to back to back, and we're just like, this is what's going to throw them off. But
I was so
pumped. Really cool.
I was pumped. That had me going.
We were all just sitting there yelling like, "Whoa!"
We knew something was up too, because y'all come off that wall and you kind of stood there for a second, and then y'all just rushed it, man. Like that was glory right there. I loved it.
But I mean, it worked out for us. We were able to. I think we came in second for that tournament. What was the team from Jersey? Was it New Jersey that brought down a team?
TSA?
Maryland.
We beat
Maryland
TSA too.
That was a really cool to see them come down. That was a tough team.
This recent one, we had a team from Georgia.
We had one out of Georgia, one out of because what's his face said, "What are y'all doing here?" Not SS. Like,
yeah. We had one out of SS come down and play. I guess they didn't make it at theirs, and so.
And then,
But they still have one more tournament to qualify.
I guess they were figuring if they try their luck down here.
Yeah, I mean, and if nothing's overlapping for them, trying to increase their chances, I suppose.
Yeah. Also, it kind of depends on where they fell at in the first round of the first round.
yeah,
Right.
So.
They run theirs like round robin down there, don't they? They don't do double elimination because they have like a lot of teams.
Yeah, theirs is round robin, and for good reason. Because like I'm pretty sure whenever SYG went down there, they had over like 20-something teams.
Okay, it surprised me.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
I've only gonna go down there once, but they got a cool little community there going on. And their new bunker. Have you guys seen their new bunker layout? Those bunkers are crisp.
Yeah.
Can't say I've seen it.
I will say,
Yeah.
good.
Go ahead. Oh, they're just like not AstroTurf. Like bedliner, like across all the bunkers. They're all black. But, like, I mean, you can shoot at them, and it doesn't look like they're going to chip or nothing. So, they're rock solid. They got, like, metal plates on the inside, so they don't give or move or nothing, so.
That's good. Because
That's kind of nice.
you rush in with high speed at the one in Nashville. You going to move a bunker or two.
Oh, yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I remember the clip of Brady sliding into one, smacking against it, hitting you, Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. We had that.
That's in the group.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we had that video.
Yeah,
on the
I
group
tried jumping one, and I tried jumping over the top to shoot it, and I put my foot on it, and I just slid, and it looked like I Spartan kicked the bunker into the guy.
Them bunkers slide pretty easy.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Predator. What was your very first airsoft gun? Actual, no HPA, just straight up airsoft gun.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I mean, I had like a no name brand Springer when I was like 6 or something. Played in my church parking lot, but as far as actual, like, when I bought my first airsoft gun last year, it was a Tippmann Omega, which is HPA, but it's HPA in the stock, so that was my outdoor gun. I got a KWA. KWA is like my favorite backup gun because it just works. But, you know, it's battery, so if there's no air around, I have something that's going to work for me.
I quit using air for a little bit, but that's also just because I don't like using my ARP lower that my F2 is in right now.
That's right.
ARP gang, man.
I just don't. I'd rather have 170 rounds than 120.
Yeah, but I get to carry 10 rounds, so I'm up there with, or 10 mags, so I'm up there with y'all.
Yeah,
I like the
I
ARP.
like my SSG one. I love my SSG one.
I couldn't do it. I'd rather carry 1,700 rounds and have like 5 mags on me than
Yeah, but I got with 10
11
rounds.
mags, and all of them be 110, and I know I'm gonna eat through those before round one.
We shoot a lot.
I shoot a lot.
Yeah,
I
you
do shoot a lot.
Desmond
and Brady
shoot a
both
lot.
shoot a lot.
Bro, we shoot a lot.
Like,
You know, they say back players got to have deep pockets to
Yeah.
pay for all the BBs.
I was carrying 8 mags, and I went through that in 2 games.
Well, I'm lucky my dad pays for my BBs, but you know.
Yeah, I go through a lot myself. But.
I'm just saying, you can never say I don't give y'all coverage. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Like, you can never say I don't give y'all enough coverage.
What positions do all you guys play?
Back line.
I'm sorry, I know I played with you guys, so.
I am back snake. On the back line of the snake.
It's a Dorito.
Back,
Dorito.
yeah, back
I'm
snake.
back home, but we've all kind of been switching around, so to say.
Just jumping around whenever somebody dies, you know.
Yeah.
It keeps you from getting bored with it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I would sit there and play Dorito. From there, either right or left Dorito didn't make no difference to me. Last tournament I had to play home. But before that, when we was going up there scrimmaging and stuff, I felt a little bit more comfortable running from one to the other and moving around. And then even pushing up just a little bit to the X. I'm trying to do more moving and stop being a one-trick pony staying back here on a Dorito. And actually be able to push up and move and feel a little bit more comfortable with it. And I'm okay with the back line anywhere, either the home or either Dorito and moving up. Don't ask me to go to Castle. Don't ask me to go to X. Don't ask me to go Snake. I'm not your guy. I'm just not the guy. I'm not.
Castle's too small, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I'll push
tiny.
outside of Dorito at the outside lane, at least out there, to kind of push to it, depending on what's going on. But genuinely, though, all of us are backliners. Mason and Braden are front.
I feel ya. I played up front my first tournament, and then I played down in Nashville up front, but I've kind of rotated towards the back. Though I get bored back there, so like I'll get like 2 mags in, and I'm like, all right, I'm out, and I'm just I'm up on the 50. So
Yeah, it's
so
go ahead.
you asked me about my first gun, but what is your guys' actual weapon choice, like platform? I say I mainly use M4, but my alternative is high kappas.
See,
I think all of us have M4s.
All of us have M4s.
I'm on the borderline.
I have a kappa.
SMG, man.
I have a high kappa, and I have an ARP9.
Steve, you started with an M4.
I'd like
Yes.
I'd like to swap my ARP9 to where it has a M4 lower for my F2, but I love my green high kappa. It's just so pretty. I just don't want to use it in tournaments and break it.
I used high kappa
Fair.
for a while, but I don't know.
It's not reliable.
No, not for.
They always break.
Yeah, I was having too many issues with it after a while, and I went to the ARP9 mostly because our field, we have the 10-foot engagement with M4.
Yeah.
And then I switched over to SMG so I wouldn't have that 10-foot because we have a few small rooms, and I'd like to go into the room and get you and not have to, worry about that or hit you with a bang bang. I'd rather just shoot. So that's why I moved
Doesn't
over.
quite make any sense though. Do they shoot this? I mean, does your M4 and your ARP shoot the same?
No.
Like dual limits and
Really?
stuff.
I mean,
The SMG is slightly lower.
Mine shoots SMG limit there, but the SMG limit there is 350 FPS, 1.14 joules. Well, M4 is like 400 feet per second with 1.44 joules, I think.
Yeah,
That's
four,
not a
6.
huge difference.
I mean, it really,
I mean, the feet per second is, but the joules is really what I care about. I don't want it to hurt.
Yeah.
like, what was it? What was Carcon's? Because Carcon's we went there.
1.65.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
high.
it's hard.
And like,
And no mid engagement.
It's no MED.
no MED. But like here, and like listen, like everybody who's listening to this, listen to this. We went to KartCon and there was kids that were like, oh, this what 10?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like 10, and they were getting shot with guys who were us running HPAs at the limit, and they weren't crying about it. They took it like a champ and said hit and kept going.
They're tough, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
You do that at ACS and somebody's crying.
Yeah.
Not even the kids, the older dudes.
Yeah, and Mason just commented on the YouTube saying that, even the M4, you have to have a true SMG for an ACS for them to allow you to
Yeah,
get
you
the
can't
10
put an adapter.
So even if you're shooting SMG limits, if you're in an M4 platform, you still have the 10 foot, no matter what. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand that from a officiating standpoint, because you can look at a gun and tell versus just be like, oh, which color zip tie do they have on them? So, but I don't know.
They don't even do zip ties up at ACS.
Yeah, they check it and then that's it. No stickers.
If you got an AEG, they don't even worry about it.
yeah,
If you got a comfortable community, everybody knows each other and the characteristics of people. If you have a trustworthy community, that's not necessarily an issue, but
they know which one specifically to watch. We got a few kids out there who just love to run their guns hot on purpose.
So what's the fun in it? I mean, if anything, I've heard people cranking their guns up, but at a certain point, your gun becomes inaccurate, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's...
It has the possibility of breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you blow the internals if it's an HPA or whatever.
And you open it if it's an AEG.
we had I knew a guy before I met everybody else. He had a Polar Star jacket, and he had it for about a year, and he cranked it up to about as high as it could go. I'm gonna just say that much. About as high as it could go. He had 5 shots in, and all you heard was a poof from the inside of the gun. And he basically destroyed it to a point of where he was going to have to basically buy brand new internals for the
It's an
HPA.
expensive experiment.
Yeah.
There was a buddy of ours, Brandon. He was having problems with his AOP9, not shooting anywhere near the limit, and he was having problems internally that he just couldn't figure out. He's like, okay, I'll just crank it up to 160 and play it on max or PSI. I was like, you are going to break your gun. Lo and behold, not one game in, and gun destroyed itself.
Yeah.
Well, my problem with that is, what if your gun fixes itself and then now you're shooting incredibly hot?
Yeah, that too.
I feel like a lot of that is done. You can fix a lot of those issues with cleaning. You don't have to clean them a lot,
Yes.
but every few months, sit down and take it apart and clean it and put it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Mine really
Major
bleeding.
biggest appreciation going from paintball to airsoft, where paintball, at the end of the day, you're staying up an extra 2 hours to strip your gun, clean it after every single time, throwing all your clothes in the laundry as soon as you get home, versus coming to airsoft, you're like, oh, I just need to clean it every 10,000 shots, 20,000 shots. I mean, that's like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a question for Mr. Freeland. What is your opinion on the SSG?
I mean, so, I mean, it's a good gun. They created a gun catered to a sport. That's what the community's wanting, is innovation and new designs. They're not. If somebody wants a real steel style airsoft gun, there's 1,000 different models already out there. So to have something custom tailored that you don't have to, buy the tap drop stock adapter and all that, it's already just in there. I think that saves the community a bit, especially the younger kids. So I don't necessarily have an issue, though my rifle is down at the moment. I don't have an issue working on my stuff, and I also got the budget to add whatever custom items I want to it. Some kid, getting his first or second airsoft gun, wanting to get into SpeedQB, doesn't have the money or tools even to work on to put those kind of parts on their gun. So that I think it's G&G that makes that, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that G&G is willing to cater to that market and create that, I think, one, definitely helps the younger players, but two, saves just a lot of people a lot of hassle.
I will say it does save a lot of hassle because that's what I use in SpeedQB is I have just a bone stock except for the ETU, and the stock is different, SSG1, and I play with it, and I think it does perfect. I mean, it shoots fast enough for me. And I took out the angled stock because it's not for me. I just put on the M16 stock because I like to be different. But like my dad,
you kind of got it for the speed cannon.
Yeah, I got it for that, and just I knew the internals were going to be reliable because I've always liked G&G internals. The only reason why I swapped my ARP9 to HPA is because I burnt out literally every single piece in my ARP9 because I played with it for 2 years straight, running it as hard as possible.
Yeah.
I think that's a testament to the gun, though, too.
Oh yeah, that ARP9. I like G&G's guns. I haven't had a bad experience with a G&G gun yet.
No.
They've always shot straight. They've always, they don't just break randomly. If they break, it's because you ran it too hard on purpose. Because, I remember in one game, I literally was like, all right, I'm going to run through this entire 1,500 round drum mag on purpose and try and kill as many people as quickly as possible, non-stop full auto. And lo and behold, broke the gun.
And this is why I'm an HPA guy.
Mm-hmm.
Harder to break.
I hate the sound of AEGs. It drives me nuts.
I like the sound of the higher end ones. I don't like the sound of like the
My DSG sounded good.
Yeah, like higher end DSGs and stuff. Love the sound. Love it.
They sound so smooth.
Yeah. Just
But how much is a DSG compared to an HPA system?
Hand in hand.
Yeah.
It
Depending
depends
on
on
the body.
It depends on the internals and the MOSFET.
It definitely depends on the internals. I have a teammate, Kuhn, who put his own DSG together, and it's rock solid. I've also used the Umbrella Armories. Had a teammate that had one, and that's a crisp piece of work there. Can I just say, there's a major appreciation. I didn't know what a really nice gun was at the time, and I shot that. I was like, that was clean.
What?
Yeah.
I want an Umbrella Armory so bad. That's if I ever get a Dream Airsoft gun, I'm getting the Crytek PDW. That's what I want that they have. It's little bitty. It's gonna be reliable because it's Umbrella Armory, and it just looks good.
A definite gold tier level company, 100%.
Agreed. And then you got Monk on the other hand that's doing the same thing in the HPA game of stuff. So,
yep.
I've seen a lot of those start popping up in the area. What do you guys think of the Monk guns? Because they're paintball based, so that's a huge turnoff to some players.
It's not a turnoff over here. It's just a money pit at this point for us.
Yeah,
they are.
Ooh. Don't get me wrong. I love a Monk custom guns, but besides the performance, just the look of them alone is what draws you to them. The paint scheme, skeletonized body, just dreamy.
Weight savings, yeah.
Is it?
So, before we get off here, is there any events you want to tell us about or anything like that that's going on that you can think of?
Absolutely. We have one for our outdoor coming up. Let me pull up the event. It's Operation Rhinestone. It's coming up August 20th through the 22nd. That's at HTK Airsoft, their outdoor facility. Should be a lot of fun. These guys, Wolves of Odin and the guys that are hosting it, they did one last year, Bleeding Eagle, and they get very creative with it. They have RC cars with LMGs mounted to the top and with cameras, and it's fully remote control. They get drones up in the air with guns on them, doing surveillance and whatever for the other team. They're very creative. They got some new. They always are getting more gear, so they should have like some new toys out on the field. I think that would be really cool. Obviously, Speed QB East Coast Championships are coming up. Nashville, the 21st with you guys, 21st in Georgia for them. If you guys are looking for tournaments, obviously try and hit one of those places up. Nashville, that would be a fun place to come watch one of the tournaments. Obviously, you got some high-quality players playing in that one. Georgia, that one, I think, Georgia, you're actually able to get a place if you are looking for coming up. And then September 3rd and 4th, is that correct?
4th and 5th.
Yes, 4th and 5th.
4th and 5th.
Okay. September 4th and 5th, we'll have HTK hosting the championship for the East Coast. That's going to be a huge event, and I imagine we're taking spectators too. So anybody that wants to come and watch that isn't playing in it, by all means, it'll be a packed house. It's going to be awesome. And say we'll have sponsors there like LA Kappa Customs. The man, the myth, the legend himself is coming up. He's been a really big sponsor of ours, and also he has the cheapest Kappa parts in the U.S. and has been doing a lot of new things. Just announced his new personal slide design, which has stuff that nobody else has on it: magwells, barrels, all those goodies. But that one is probably top of my list, is the championship game coming up. So I'm looking forward. You guys better be there.
That's
play hard.
Oh yeah. Isn't it like also the grand opening of y'all's indoor?
Yes. Should be a really big deal.
We're gonna come and
Go ahead.
do that too. PPC.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna be there no matter what.
We'll try and see if PKZ will go too. Get all of our teams up there.
That'll be a blast. Definitely. It's going to be so much fun. I work at a TV station. That's where I'm at right now. And we're going to I'm trying to get them to come cover, at least do some stories on the place with the grand opening and stuff. So should be hitting big.
Before you hop off of here, I got one last question for you. How do you feel about the Gorilla FCU? If you know anything about it.
I do know about it. I've watched some videos and watched them programming and stuff. I'm very curious. I want to get my hands on one at some point. They seem very promising. Considering most people just have the Polar Star FCU. That's what I rock. That's all you get. For somebody to come out here and do stuff, always looking for the game-changing product. What's going to be better for people. My favorite thing that I've seen on it is that it has the binary thing. Why does Polar Star not have binary on their FCU? That is so simple to do. It's on, it shoots, it's off, it shoots once. I think I would prefer binary on my gun than full auto. I never use full auto on any of my guns. I would take the selector switch out of my tournament gun just to guarantee it can't shoot full auto if I could. I bet I could. But that means I have to take it apart.
Yeah, I heard that.
Nowadays most AEGs almost all of them will have binary and stuff on them if you add any upgrade at all, putting the pair and ETU.
Almost every MOSFET has it.
Yeah, and even the ETUs for the G&G guns that literally just plug and play in the stock has binary. All of them just have binary. It's 90% of the time when you find something with upgrade A&G or AEG, they'll have binary.
Yeah.
I
used it.
So I will tell you this, Freelander. When we come up to HDK, I have a Grill FCU and another buddy on our team has one. And I'll go ahead and have it set up and let you mess around with it and see how you like it.
Oh, man. I'm looking forward to this because, I just, for the sake of, people got some crazy, wicked trigger fingers out there already. To put binary on it is just going to be absurd.
Oh yeah,
it is. It is.
It is. It's bad,
man. Yeah, it's bad.
Bobby,
I ran I ran out of your entire drum mag in one game.
Yeah, I missed
Yeah. Yeah, that's 1,500 rounds.
Yeah.
missing my name.
Yeah, that was me. I was saying whenever he was talking about binary, we're all looking at you, Bobby.
Okay, listen. Okay, I have a fast trigger finger. I just limit myself because I'm on an AEG. Okay.
And it breaks a lot easier, but we still love you for it.
He just likes playing on hard mode, dude.
My AEG is literally not broken. It's fine.
Yeah. Not yet.
Yet. I could make it break if I really wanted to. I was messing around with it one night and I turned off active braking, put it on semi, and I tested how fast I could shoot it. It was 16 rounds per second, I think, on semi.
No, that's pretty cool. That should be something to settle on the shooting range. Just see who has the fastest trigger finger. I would like to see that. Everybody bring their gun out, shoot into a chronograph, see who has the fastest trigger finger. That would be a fun challenge.
Mine doesn't have a speed
I don't
trigger.
know
Either.
who
It's
would
a stock
win.
G&G.
We have a lot of dudes that shoot fast.
Mine has a.
This anybody on PBZ that's willing to go up against Bobby is just wrong.
Yeah.
My gun doesn't have a speed trigger, and I still keep up with Esmond with his binary sometimes. Like
I don't know about on binary. Now, send me,
okay, with my binary, I bet I can keep it up easy, no problem.
Yeah, it's
No problem at all.
different. Binary on binary, we can keep up with each other.
But like on semi, I just can keep up even without a speed trigger. Like it's the stock G&G trigger, and it's got a trigger pull like that much, and I just know the sweet spot on a trigger when it like those. Steve's son had a gun that had a really long trigger pull. I was able to make it shoot fast as shit too. There's just sweet spots to triggers.
Okay.
You just gotta find it.
Absolutely.
I just know the sweet spot.
Well, brother, I'm really thankful you come on here with us. I know you gotta get back to work.
Hey, man, this was so cool. Definitely bring me on again sometime. I'm looking forward to the next
love
time.
To have you, man. Love to have you.
Love to have you.
I know Joker was making in the comments. He wanted to come on here one time too, so we'll have to get. Maybe we can put y'all on here together with us or something at some given point.
That'd be cool. Best of luck in your upcoming tournament. I really hope you guys are able to, land in that top 2. I mean, it's definitely doable. You guys just did it this tournament, so you just got to do it back to back.
Yeah, no kidding. No pressure though, right? No pressure.
Right.
Maybe the next time we get him on the cast, we can do a live one. Everybody in person.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how live I'll be. I'll probably be vlogging some stuff when we go up there. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm going. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going up to HTK.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about all
Well, we'll go out and we'll chat, and we'll chat over lunch sometime. I know a really solid place to eat at in Jasper. It is top notch.
Deal. But yeah, man, we really appreciate you on. And for y'all that was commenting on YouTube, love y'all's interaction, and hope to probably be on here next week. I ain't got nothing going on with it yet, but that could change. Making a post, maybe somebody coming on, maybe we'll see what happens. Nonetheless, though, y'all be rooting for us. 21st, we're gonna go down there and give him hell like we was just talking about, and see what comes of it. And but I appreciate it, y'all, again. I appreciate it, Freeland. And y'all ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna end this out. Nothing. No goodbye.
Oh, you gotta show some love to all the sponsors. I don't know if I can show this.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Good sponsors right there, though.
LA Kappa Customs, Speaky Me.
LA Kappa Customs. Of course, HTK Airsoft, where it all started.
Good deal.
Love all the sponsors.
But yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.